Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you this: success is not an event, it's a habit. Failure is not an accident either, it's a habit. What you do every single day is a seed you plant in the soil of your future. How some of you are asking, why am I not where I want to be? The answer lies in your habits. But you don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your daily routines. Dreams are wonderful, they give us vision, they give us hope, but without the discipline to turn those dreams into habits, they remain fantasies. That some people believe they need to make huge, dramatic changes overnight to see results. But let me tell you, the foundation of transformation is built in small, consistent actions. You don't have to overhaul your life today. Start by changing one habit. Let's wake up earlier, drink more water, spend 15 minutes reading instead of scrolling. That small changes, when done daily, create unstoppable momentum. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Every habit you have right now is either working for you or against you. If your morning start with snoozing the alarm, scrolling on your phone, and rushing out the door, your day is already set up for chaos. But if you start with gratitude, planning, and focus, you've already won before the day begins. Habits shape your identity. Ask yourself, what kind of person am I becoming because of my daily actions? Here's the truth: you can't break a habit, you can only replace it. If you have a habit of wasting time, replace it with something productive. If you have a habit of speaking negatively, replace it with words of encouragement. The human brain doesn't like a void, it needs something to fill the gap. That's why it's not enough to just stop bad habits. You need to replace them with habits that align with your purpose. Let me share this with you. Your environment is either your ally or your enemy. If you're surrounded by distractions, negativity, or people who discourage growth, those forces will pull you down. Create an environment that supports the habits you want to develop. If you want to be healthier, fill your kitchen with nutritious food. If you want to learn more, surround yourself with books and mentors. Don't wait for the right environment, build it. And no one achieves greatness alone. Find someone who will hold you accountable for your habits. Share your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach. And at the end of each day, take 5 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, did my actions today bring me closer to or farther from my vision? This daily reflection will keep you aligned and focused on your journey. Finally, remember the law of the harvest. You reap what you sow, but not immediately. Changing your habits won't bring overnight success, but over time, the results will compound. Small, positive habits will create a massive transformation in your life. So don't be discouraged if you don't see the fruit today. Stay the course. Keep watering the seeds. Trust the process. Let me leave you with this: your future is hidden in your daily habits. Change your habits and you will change your destiny. Greatness is not reserved for the lucky or the privileged. It's reserved for those who are willing to show up every day, make the right choices, and commit to their vision. Life success and failure are deeply rooted in habits. Every action you take, every choice you make, and every routine you follow shapes the outcomes you experience in life. Habits are the invisible framework of your daily existence, operating beneath your conscious awareness. They guide your behavior, influence your decisions, and determine the trajectory of your life. It is not the grand, occasional efforts that define your success or failure, but the small, consistent actions you take each day. These habits become the foundation upon which your life is built, either propelling you toward greatness or holding you back in mediocrity. Because when you examine the lives of successful individuals, you will often find that their achievements are not the result of luck or extraordinary talent alone. Instead, they are the culmination of disciplined habits practiced over time. As successful people understand the power of habits and use them to their advantage, they wake up each day with a plan, focusing their energy on productive actions that move them closer to their goals. Whether it's dedicating time to learning, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, or nurturing meaningful relationships, their habits align with their vision of success. And on the other hand, failure is also built on habits, albeit of a different kind. Habits of procrastination, self-doubt, and complacency create a pattern of behavior that leads to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. These habits, while seeming insignificant in the moment, accumulate over time and create barriers to progress. For example, the habit of postponing important tasks might not feel like a big deal on any given day. However, when this behavior becomes a consistent pattern, it leads to a backlog of unfinished work and a reputation for unreliability. The cumulative effect of such habits can be devastating to personal and professional growth. Habits are powerful because they operate on autopilot. Once a habit is formed, it requires little conscious effort to maintain. This is why breaking a bad habit or establishing a new one can be challenging. That your brain seeks efficiency, and habits provide a shortcut to conserve mental energy. However, this efficiency can work against you if your habits are not aligned with your goals. But for instance, the habit of mindlessly scrolling through social media might seem harmless, but over time, it eats away at valuable time and distracts you from more meaningful pursuits. Conversely, the habit of dedicating just 30 minutes a day to personal development can yield extraordinary results over months and years. The key to success lies in understanding the cumulative nature of habits. Each small action contributes to a larger outcome. This principle is often referred to as the compound effect. Just as compound interest grows wealth exponentially over time, small, consistent habits compound to create significant changes in your life. For example, adopting the habit of reading just 10 pages a day might not seem transformative initially. But over the course of a year, this habit translates to reading 3,650 pages, or roughly 12 books. This consistent effort expands your knowledge, enhances your skills, and opens doors to new opportunities. Failure too compounds over time through the accumulation of negative habits. The habit of making excuses instead of taking responsibility might initially serve as a coping mechanism, but over time it erodes your confidence and credibility. The habit of neglecting your health might not show immediate consequences, but years of poor dietary choices and lack of exercise can lead to chronic illnesses and diminished quality of life. These outcomes are not the result of a single bad decision, but the culmination of repeated patterns of behavior. That your habits are a reflection of your priorities and values. They reveal what you truly care about, regardless of what you say you care about. If you prioritize growth and success, your habits will reflect that through consistent effort, discipline, and focus. So, if you prioritize comfort and convenience, your habits will reflect that through procrastination, avoidance, and short-term gratification. This is why self-awareness is crucial in understanding the role of habits in shaping your life. By examining your daily routines and identifying the habits that support or hinder your goals, you can take intentional steps to create positive change. Changing your habits begins with small, deliberate actions. It's important to remember that habits are not formed overnight. They require repetition and reinforcement to become ingrained in your behavior. Start by focusing on one habit at a time rather than trying to overhaul your entire life. Choose a habit that aligns with your most important goal and commit to practicing it consistently. But for instance, if your goal is to improve your physical health, start with a simple habit like drinking a glass of water each morning. Over time, this small action becomes a routine that supports your larger goal of overall well-being. Accountability is another critical factor in building habits that lead to success. When you hold yourself accountable for your actions, you are more likely to follow through on your commitments. That this accountability can come from within through self-reflection and personal discipline, or from external sources such as a mentor, coach, or accountability partner. Sharing your goals and progress with someone you trust creates a sense of responsibility and provides motivation to stay on track. The environment also plays a significant role in shaping your habits. Your surroundings can either support or hinder your efforts to establish positive routines. For example, if you want to develop the habit of eating healthier, stocking your kitchen with nutritious foods and removing junk food from your home makes it easier to make better choices. Similarly, if you want to focus on productivity, creating a workspace free from distractions helps reinforce the habit of deep work. By intentionally designing your environment to align with your goals, you set yourself up for success. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of habits is their ability to redefine your identity. When you consistently engage in behaviors that align with your goals, you begin to see yourself as the kind of person who embodies those qualities. For example, when you make a habit of exercising regularly, you start to see yourself as a fit and healthy person. This shift in identity reinforces your commitment to the habit, creating a positive feedback loop that strengthens your resolve. Like success and failure are not the result of a single moment or decision. They are the result of the habits you cultivate and maintain over time. By understanding the power of habits and taking intentional steps to align them with your goals, you can create a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. The journey begins with a single step repeated consistently until it becomes second nature. So small changes lead to big transformations because of the power of consistency and compounding effects. Every significant change or monumental success you see in life is often a result of small, deliberate actions repeated over time. While people tend to focus on big leaps or grand gestures, the truth is that true transformation lies in the accumulation of seemingly insignificant efforts. Those changes might not feel impactful in the moment, but they create a ripple effect that builds momentum over time, shaping habits, character, and eventually outcomes. Imagine a small adjustment like waking up 15 minutes early each day. Initially, it doesn't seem like much. It might not drastically alter your life in the first week or even the first month, but as those extra 15 minutes stack up over a year, they amount to an additional 91 hours. And now consider what you could achieve in 91 hours, whether it's learning a new skill, exercising, or working on a personal project. That small adjustment compounded over time becomes a powerful tool for transformation. The power of small changes lies in their accessibility. Big changes often feel overwhelming, and this can discourage people from even starting. For instance, if someone decides they want to get fit, they might imagine an intense workout routine requiring hours at the gym. The sheer magnitude of the commitment might lead them to procrastinate or give up entirely. However, committing to something small like a daily 10-minute walk feels manageable and achievable. Over time, this small habit builds confidence and momentum, paving the way for more significant changes. Consistency amplifies the impact of small changes. A single act done once might not make much difference, but repeated over time, it becomes a habit that can transform your life. Habits are the building blocks of character, and character shapes destiny. By focusing on small positive actions every day, you begin to rewire your brain and develop patterns of behavior that align with your goals. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require massive willpower or drastic lifestyle shifts. Instead, it relies on persistence and patience. And one of the reasons small changes are so effective is that they bypass resistance. When you aim for dramatic transformations, your mind often resists because the change feels too big or too unfamiliar. Thus, on the other hand, small changes are subtle and non-threatening. They allow you to ease into the process of transformation without triggering fear or overwhelm. This gradual approach ensures that the change is sustainable because it becomes integrated into your daily routine. Thus, small changes also create a psychological shift. When you make even a tiny improvement, it boosts your confidence and belief in your ability to change. This positive reinforcement encourages you to keep going. For example, someone trying to eat healthier might start by adding 1 serving of vegetables to their meals each day. Over time, as they see and feel the benefits of this small change, they're motivated to make further adjustments, like reducing sugar or drinking more water. Each small victory builds on the last, creating a snowball effect that leads to significant transformation. The compound effect demonstrates how small changes accumulate over time to produce exponential results. Think of it like planting a seed. At first, the seed shows no visible signs of growth. It takes time for the roots to develop and the sprout to emerge. But with consistent care, water, sunlight, and nutrients, a plant grows taller and stronger. Similarly, small positive actions might not yield immediate results, but their impact grows exponentially as they compound over time. Consider the example of saving money. If you save just $1 a day, it doesn't seem like much at first, but after a year, you'll have saved $365, and with interest, that amount will grow even more. This principle applies to all areas of life, whether it's learning a new language, improving a skill, or building relationships. Small, consistent efforts accumulate and create significant results over time. Another reason small changes lead to big transformations is their ability to create a ripple effect. One small positive change often triggers a series of other changes. For instance, if you start drinking more water daily, you might notice increased energy levels. This energy could motivate you to exercise more, which in turn might lead to better sleep and improved focus. A single change can set off a chain reaction that impacts multiple areas of your life. Transformation through small changes also teaches the value of patience and perseverance. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification, it's easy to underestimate the power of gradual progress. However, true and lasting change takes time. By focusing on small, manageable actions, you learn to embrace the process and trust that the results will come in due course. This mindset shift is crucial for sustaining long-term growth and success. Moreover, small changes are adaptable. Life is unpredictable and circumstances can change. Drastic transformations often fail because they don't account for life's complexities and challenges. Small changes, on the other hand, are flexible and can be adjusted as needed. If one approach doesn't work, you can easily tweak it without feeling like you failed. This adaptability makes small changes a resilient and reliable strategy for transformation. The beauty of small changes is that they align with the principle of continuous improvement. Instead of aiming for perfection, you focus on being just a little better today than you were yesterday. This incremental progress adds up over time, leading to significant growth. And it also fosters a growth mindset where you view challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve. The small changes also highlight the importance of intention. When you deliberately choose to make a small improvement, you're signaling to yourself that you value growth and are committed to your goals. This intentionality creates a sense of purpose and direction, which is essential for achieving meaningful transformation. The process of making small changes also cultivates discipline and self-awareness. As you incorporate new habits into your routine, you become more mindful of your actions and the impact. This awareness helps you identify and eliminate behaviors that no longer serve you, creating space for positive habits to flourish. Over time, this cycle of reflection and adjustment strengthens your ability to make conscious choices that align with your values and aspirations. Ultimately, small changes build momentum. Once you experience the benefits of one positive change, you're motivated to make another. This momentum creates a virtuous cycle of growth and transformation. And it's like climbing a staircase. Each step might seem small, but together they take you to a higher level. By embracing the power of small changes, you unlock your potential for transformation and create a foundation for lasting success. When it comes to personal growth, one of the most commonly misunderstood concepts is the idea of breaking bad habits. How many people believe that the key to transformation is simply removing the negative behaviors that hold them back? However, the truth is that you can't truly break a habit. You can only replace it with a better one. This subtle shift in thinking is essential because habits by their nature are deeply ingrained in your brain and play a fundamental role in shaping who you are. Removing a habit without replacing it will create a void that will likely be filled with another, often less productive behavior. The brain thrives on routine, and when a habit is removed without being replaced, the space left behind is filled by something else. This is why so many people fail to quit smoking, stop procrastinating, or break any number of other bad habits. The effort to remove the habit often leads to an emotional or physical void, and unless something positive takes its place, the brain will unconsciously latch onto another behavior that feels familiar, even if it's detrimental. It's like trying to take the sugar out of a recipe without replacing it with something that balances the flavor. The dish will taste incomplete and the urge for sweetness will persist. Because when you set out to change your behavior, the first step is not to eliminate something, but to find something to replace it with. This is especially important when it comes to deeply rooted habits like negative thinking, procrastination, or unhealthy eating. The key lies in creating a new behavior that serves the same emotional or physical need, but in a positive, healthy way. By focusing on replacement rather than removal, you are more likely to succeed in transforming your life. Let's consider procrastination as an example. Many people struggle with putting things off, often due to fear of failure, lack of motivation, or an overwhelming sense of the task at hand. The instinct is to tell yourself, I need to stop procrastinating. But simply deciding to stop is rarely effective. The gap left by the lack of procrastination needs to be filled. If you don't replace procrastination with something else, you might find yourself engaging in other distractions like mindlessly scrolling through social media or watching TV. And instead of simply trying to remove procrastination, a more effective approach is to replace it with a positive habit like time blocking or breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Because when you replace procrastination with the habit of focused work, you not only eliminate the negative habit, but also build a new empowering behavior that aligns with your goals. The new habit gives you a sense of accomplishment and control, which in turn reinforces your motivation to keep going. That it becomes a positive cycle where the old unproductive behaviors is replaced by a productive one, leading to greater satisfaction and success. Similarly, if you want to quit eating junk food or cut back on unhealthy eating habits, simply eliminating unhealthy snacks from your pantry won't solve the problem. If you remove one habit without replacing it with something better, you may end up feeling deprived or dissatisfied. Instead of just eliminating junk food, replace it with healthy alternatives. Stock your kitchen with nutritious snacks like fruits, vegetables, nuts, or whole grains. So in the beginning, it might feel like a challenge, but over time, your brain will associate eating healthy with satisfaction and energy, which will make the behavior more automatic. By consciously choosing healthier foods, you not only remove the habit of eating junk food, but replace it with a habit that nourishes your body and mind. That's one of the reasons replacing habits is so powerful, is that it involves more than just breaking a pattern. It's about redirecting your energy into something that serves you better. It's a process of reprogramming your subconscious mind to recognize the new behavior as the default response. That when you replace an old habit with a new one, you essentially shift your identity. You don't just stop being the person who procrastinates or overeats, you become the person who plans their day effectively, eats healthy, or takes consistent action toward their goals. This process can be particularly important when it comes to behaviors tied to your emotions. For instance, if you're used to reacting to stress by overeating, the emotional need behind that behavior is comfort and relief. Simply trying to remove the overeating habit won't address the root cause. But by replacing emotional eating with another stress-relieving activity like exercising, journaling, or meditating, you address both the behavior and the emotional need. Over time, your brain will associate those new actions with relief, and you'll find yourself turning to those habits instead of unhealthy eating when stress arises. Replacing habits is also a process of building new neural pathways in your brain. Your brain is like a vast network of highways, and the more you engage in a particular behavior, the stronger the neural pathway associated with that behavior becomes. If you want to change a habit, you need to create new pathways that lead to the desired behavior. The more you repeat the new habit, the more ingrained it becomes until it eventually becomes automatic. In the case of procrastination, for example, the more you practice sitting down to focus on your work rather than putting it off, the stronger the neural pathway for focus becomes. Eventually, you won't need to think about it, you'll just act. That when you replace bad habits with positive ones, you don't only shift your behavior, you shift your mindset. Replacing bad habits fosters a sense of self-mastery and self-discipline. It gives you the power to direct your actions in ways that support your values, goals, and well-being. And each time you successfully replace a habit, you reinforce the belief that you have control over your choices, which makes it easier to replace other habits in the future. As replacing habits also allows for growth and continuous improvement. You don't have to remove everything that isn't serving you at once. You can replace one habit at a time, gradually building a lifestyle that supports your growth. This incremental approach makes the process less overwhelming and more sustainable in the long term. Instead of feeling burdened by a long list of things you need to stop doing, focus on what you can start doing to replace those behaviors. That small positive changes add up, and over time they create a new life that reflects the person you are becoming. This process of replacement is not about perfection. You will slip up, you will make mistakes, and old habits will sometimes resurface. The key is not to beat yourself up or fall into self-criticism. Instead, treat each setback as an opportunity to learn and strengthen your commitment to replacing negative habits with healthier alternatives. Progress is a journey, not a destination, and the most important thing is to keep moving forward, even if it's just one step at a time. In the end, replacing habits is about choosing what you want to become. It's about recognizing that you have the power to direct your life one habit at a time. That it's not enough to simply remove the negative behaviors that hold you back. You must replace them with actions that propel you toward the person you want to be. This shift in mindset will make all the difference in your ability to create lasting change and achieve your goals. Like your environment plays a critical role in shaping your habits, often in ways that are so subtle that you may not even notice them. From the physical spaces you occupy to the people you interact with, your environment influences your daily behavior, your mindset, and ultimately your future. The environment can either support or sabotage your goals, making it one of the most powerful forces in the development of both good and bad habits. Understanding the influence of your surroundings is key to intentionally designing a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. At its core, the environment is not just about the physical space, but also the social and emotional context in which you live. Whether you realize it or not, the world around you provides constant cues and signals that guide your thoughts, actions, and decisions. These external influences are so powerful that they can override your intentions and willpower if not carefully managed. For example, if you work in an office filled with distractions such as constant noise or people stopping by to chat, it's going to be much harder to focus and stay productive. Conversely, an environment designed for focus, quiet, organized, and free from unnecessary distractions will naturally encourage more productive behavior. The connection between environment and habits is particularly strong when it comes to the things you do regularly. One of the most common ways your environment shapes your habits is by providing visual cues. These cues are triggers that prompt you to act without thinking. If you've ever walked into a room and immediately felt the urge to sit down, check your phone, or open a snack, you've experienced the power of environmental triggers. The objects, colors, and arrangements in your space all send signals to your brain, conditioning it to respond in certain ways. For instance, the sight of your television remote may prompt you to watch TV, while a cluttered desk may encourage procrastination. On the other hand, a tidy, well-organized desk can trigger focus and motivation to work. How your environment also influences your habits through the people you surround yourself with. Social interactions are deeply rooted in habit formation, and the behavior of those around you can either reinforce or challenge your own actions. If you're constantly around people who have healthy habits, such as exercising regularly, eating nutritious meals, or practicing mindfulness, you're more likely to adopt those habits yourself. The reverse is also true. If you spend time with individuals who engage in unhealthy behaviors, such as smoking, excessive drinking, or complaining about their lives, their actions can have a negative impact on your own habits. We are social creatures, and we tend to mirror the behavior of those closest to us, often without even realizing it. The impact of your social environment on your habits goes beyond mere imitation. It also affects your mindset and your beliefs about what is normal or acceptable. If you're surrounded by people who value personal growth, success, and positive change, you are more likely to develop a mindset that reflects those values. If, however, your social environment encourages stagnation, complacency, or negative thinking, it becomes much harder to break free from unproductive habits and behaviors. This is why it's often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your social circle shapes not only the actions you take, but also the standards you set for yourself. Your physical environment also plays a major role in the habits you form, especially when it comes to health and wellness. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, keeping unhealthy foods within easy reach in your kitchen creates a temptation that makes it more difficult to stick to your goals. Thus, on the other hand, if you stock your fridge with fresh fruits, vegetables, and nutritious snacks, you've already set yourself up for success. The same applies to exercise. If you leave your gym clothes out in an easily accessible spot, it will be easy to get dressed and go for a run or hit the gym. If your exercise equipment is tucked away in a closet or out of sight, however, it's far less likely that you'll make the effort to use it. Because by designing your environment in a way that supports your goals, you create an atmosphere that naturally encourages the habits you want to build. Another powerful way the environment shapes habits is through the routines and rituals you develop. When you create a routine, your environment becomes the backdrop for that process, and the actions you take within it become automatic. For example, if you have the habit of reading each morning with a cup of coffee, your kitchen, living room, or bedroom may evolve into spaces associated with that ritual. Over time, simply walking into that room and seeing your coffee mug and book may trigger your brain to go into reading mode. Making it easier to engage in that activity without requiring conscious effort. Routines turn the environment into a reliable partner in habit formation, making the desired behavior feel almost effortless. A less obvious way your environment influences your habits is through the energy and emotions that it evokes. Certain spaces, colors, and designs can trigger specific emotional responses, which can either help or hinder your ability to form positive habits. For example, a cluttered, chaotic environment tends to evoke feelings of stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, which can make it harder to focus on important tasks. In contrast, a calm, organized environment creates a sense of peace and clarity, making it easier to engage in productive habits like working, studying, or exercising. The energy of your environment doesn't just affect your mood in the moment, it also influences the long-term development of habits by shaping the way you feel when you engage in certain activities. Because creating an environment that supports your desired habits requires intentionality. It's not about waiting for the perfect circumstances or hoping that things will change on their own. It's about taking control of your surroundings and making deliberate choices that guide your behavior. The first step is to identify the habits you want to form and then analyze your current environment to see if it's conducive to those habits. For example, if you want to establish a habit of regular exercise, ask yourself if your environment supports that goal. Do you have a space to work out, or is your home filled with distractions? Are there people around you who encourage physical activity, or are they more likely to discourage it? Once you've identified the gap, start making small changes to create an environment that promotes the habits you want to form. This could mean rearranging your space, decluttering, adding inspirational quotes, or even surrounding yourself with people who share your goals. The key is to make your environment work for you, not against you. With the right setup, your environment will become a powerful tool that helps you consistently practice and strengthen your positive habits. At the same time, it's important to recognize that you can't always control every aspect of your environment. There will be external factors that challenge your ability to form good habits, whether it's the demands of your job, the influence of others, or the distractions of daily life. However, you always have the power to choose how you respond to these challenges. By cultivating an awareness of how your environment shapes your habits, you can take proactive steps to adjust your surroundings and create a space where your positive habits can thrive. And ultimately, the key to lasting change lies not only in your ability to make decisions, but also in your capacity to shape your environment to support those decisions every day. Reflection and consistency are two of the most powerful tools you can use to transform your life. While each of these forces operates in its own way, they are deeply interconnected, with reflection providing the insights necessary for improvement and consistency providing the discipline needed to turn those insights into reality. Because when combined, they form a synergy that accelerates personal growth, enhances productivity, and helps you achieve long-term success. Action is often seen as a passive activity, something you do in moments of stillness or introspection, but in truth, it is an active process of learning, evaluating, and understanding. When you take the time to reflect, you create space for self-awareness. This self-awareness is crucial because it allows you to identify the patterns in your behavior, your successes, and your failures. Reflection enables you to ask critical questions. What went well today? What didn't? Why did I succeed in one area and fall short in another? What can I do differently moving forward? Without reflection, you risk repeating the same mistakes over and over again, unaware of what needs to change. Reflection forces you to step outside of your immediate experience and gain a broader perspective. It enables you to make sense of your emotions, your actions, and your goals. This clarity is crucial because it allows you to take stock of where you are and plan where you need to go. In many ways, reflection is the map that guides you to your destination. Consistency, on the other hand, is the key to making progress in any area of your life. While reflection helps you learn from your experiences and understand your patterns, consistency is what allows you to put that knowledge into action. It is the daily practice of showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals. Without consistency, even the best insights gained through reflection will remain just that, insights with no tangible results. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound. Many people are drawn to the idea of rapid success, of a single breakthrough or moment of inspiration that propels them forward. That while breakthroughs do happen, true sustainable success is built through the consistent everyday actions you take. It is about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about taking small deliberate steps every day, no matter how insignificant they may seem in the moment. Over time, those small steps add up, and the compounded effect of consistency leads to monumental changes. Because when you combine reflection with consistency, you create a feedback loop that reinforces your growth. Reflection helps you understand why certain actions are effective or ineffective, allowing you to refine your approach. Consistency, in turn, ensures that you continue to apply what you've learned over time, turning knowledge into tangible results. This process is iterative. With each day, you grow a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little closer to your goals. A perfect example of this relationship can be seen in the context of building a new habit. Let's say you want to get fit. Without reflection, you might start an exercise routine only to find that you don't see the results you were expecting. This could be because you're not doing the right exercises, your diet is off, or you're not getting enough rest. Without reflection, you might continue blindly, becoming frustrated when things don't improve. However, by reflecting on your workouts, you can identify areas where you're not meeting your targets and make adjustments to your routine. Perhaps you realize you need to increase your intensity, or maybe you need to focus on recovery. Then with consistency, you continue showing up for your workouts every day, applying the changes you've reflected on, and over time, the results will start to materialize. Similarly, in professional or creative pursuits, reflection and consistency go hand in hand. Imagine you're working on a project and hit a roadblock. Without reflection, you might waste time banging your head against a wall trying to move forward without understanding the root cause of the problem. However, by taking the time to step back, assess the situation, and think critically about what's going wrong, you can identify the issue and adjust your approach. Consistency is what allows you to keep working on the project, refining your method each day until you break through the barrier and complete your work. That reflection is also essential when it comes to long-term success. When you set out to achieve a big goal, such as writing a book, building a business, or learning a new skill, there will inevitably be moments of doubt, frustration, and fatigue. In these moments, consistency is what keeps you moving forward, but reflection is what allows you to reignite your motivation and stay focused. Reflection enables you to remember why you started, to reconnect with your deeper purpose, and to see how far you've come. It's easy to get discouraged. Progress feels slow, but when you take the time to reflect on the progress you've made, it becomes easier to stay the course. God, you begin to see that small, consistent actions, even if they don't produce immediate results, are laying the foundation for something much larger. The most successful people in life are often not the most talented or gifted, but those who are consistent in their efforts. They show up every day, even when it's difficult, even when it's inconvenient, and even when the results aren't immediately visible. They know that success is a long game, and the only way to win is through sustained effort. Reflection, when paired with consistency, gives them the clarity they need to keep going, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. The key to maintaining this consistency is in creating a routine or system that supports your goals. When you build habits that align with your long-term vision, you no longer have to rely on willpower or motivation alone. Consistency becomes an automatic response to the systems you've set in place. There is a beauty in the simplicity of reflection and consistency. Den manchas refrasa this our promo tool is. That's just to see. Many people look for quick fixes or shortcuts to success. Those who truly understand the power of these two practices know that lasting change comes not from big, flashy gestures, but from the quiet, steady progress made each day. Whether you're striving for personal growth, professional development, or creative success, reflection and consistency are the keys to making your dreams a reality. The power of these practices lies in their ability to work together. Reflection provides the knowledge, and consistency ensures that knowledge is put into action. Together, they form a dynamic duo that propels you forward day after day towards your greatest potential. No matter where you are in your journey, you can always improve by taking the time to reflect on your actions and remaining consistent in your pursuit of your goals. With these two tools in your arsenal, success is inevitable.